was all looking so good until the hobbies. One and all, he actually done it. He proved that the sweet Swede can bleed. We head into game number 4, Enlightened Horizon. Personally, my favorite map so far of 2025. Sort of, with the House of Lancaster in the red, going up against Deniska on the Mongols. Now, this is an interesting choice, folks, because he actually had Japanese available to him, a civ that's quite popular on this map. But Deniska wants that overwhelming might onto the map. Remember, this is Enlightened Horizon where you have to play towards merchant camps and Wolf's Den because they offer way too much economy to usually ignore. Now, love the way that sort of done this. Notice that he begins the racks in the base. So 2 advantages here. Step 1 is your spearman production is going to be stronger than Mongols because they are delayed twicely. They have to go Uvu and then they build the racks in their base as well. Step 2 is the fact that you have a 20% increased gathering rate on sheep, and you start with more. So you can actually contest Mongols' timing somewhat. We're already seeing that by the fact he already has 2 spears out, and Deniska hasn't even started producing the first double batch yet. Yeah, so good timing. Means he's also going to have the merchant camp early, which is going to snowball a slight spear lead. I'm wondering if Sort of plays a long Dark Age here, or if he just plays quickly for the Wolf Den and then goes to Feudal. Because remember, Feudal has a lot of momentum value here. You can either play Defender, which you do very well with Lancaster Castle, or if you feel that you've got a lead against Mongols, you can overwhelm them by playing into Lords of Lancaster. That gives you not only tanky men-at-arms, but more HP for everyone in the fight. And spears are going to be shuffling across, so Sort of's going to turn it into a micro battle. Deniska has got double pump production coming up again soon, but there is a window here where he's outnumbered. And Sort of does get the start of the clash better. Yeah, that was well played. Deniska wasn't looking. That's important. That extra strike means he has to back up. So Merchant Camp, Sort of's going to start capturing it. And he knows it's not about him capturing, it's about his opponent not. Because it means he's one Merchant Camp up, and his opponent has nothing to contest. If this becomes double Merch Camp, this is going to be snowbally. Super snowbally. Yeah, this is why I'm like not convinced Mongols is as great as some people credit it with. If there's a civ that has some small eco perk, like for example Lancaster gathering food faster, there's a timing you can overwhelm. Because remember, for Mongols, they don't start producing spears straight away. They always build Uvu first. That's 150 wood. So you have to make a 300 wood investment to start producing units, while your opponent rushes a merchant camp. Feels pretty rough. I mean, the upside is meant to be that your opponent has to build his racks in his base, but you do the same thing. There's not really an advantage. I love that. He comes in on the flank again with the injured. So a few health bars low, but like notice what's happened here. There's saturation damage versus targeted damage. Now, targeted damage is good when you can secure the kills with range units, but the Mongol hits very, very light with their Khan earlier. So it's a bit better to have saturation damage because it means that Deniska can't forward with, 3 units that have full HP and then come in with the others on a second wave. So if you're on point with your micro, like this is weirdly kind of better because you just leave these guys right here in the center until last to engage. And sort of, remember, he's now got the merchant camp. Look at what's happening here. Normally, this is interesting. This map usually becomes about the Wolf Den. Sorv's not doing that at all. He's just gathering gold. He's getting ready for an age up while winning double merchant camp. That is crazy. Deniska, he already wasted maneuver speed hour and done nothing with it. He's got more spearmen coming, so numbers will favor him soon. And it is going to be greed. Lancaster Castle from Sort of. Oh, this is such an overwhelming lead. So Deniska's now going to have to overreact. And are you guys realizing why Lancaster feels particularly good for this play? You're against an English variant? What is the worst unit you could build? I've heard enough Reddit threads moaning about the unit. The worst thing you can build is Spearman because your opponent's now going to have access to Yeoman. And bro, what's the best for hours? I don't know what that means from YouTube. The best for hours? Age of Empires 4. I already have 3,000 plus hours on this game. Best for hours. So yeah, now Deniska's just burned so much economy into a unit that's going to get inevitably counterplayed. To make matters worse, his tech timing is abysmal. Yeah, because he's going Wolf Den. Oh man, he's going to lose Merchant Camp again. Guys, it's worse than that. What can Sort of do from here? You're looking at the map right now and you see your opponent is not contesting you. If you scout in, this is a free burn. You can take out the Uvu. Racks should be safe just about in TC range, but the Uvu will not. that's going to be minus 150 wood. And now, because your opponent's teching, you can't contest it. And we're seeing Denise go... I mean, I'm a bit shocked he didn't shift over to gold. Look what's happening with food. 700 food? Guy's trying to raise awareness on Mongol starvation in the north. Jeez. Great intercept as well. Denise caught not looking. Hardened upgrade just kicked in. He definitely can't turn around for a fight at all. All right. Deniska, a little bit of advice, buddy. We need to go Feudal Age before we can go Castle Age. So Deerstone now on the way with 15. 15 villages. If you needed to know how bad the situation was, look no further than that. That's absurd. And sort of, we talked about that torch. I mean, how do you stop 14 spears? You don't. Because you're going to have to wait for Hardened as well, which is going to take you 15 seconds. Uvu will be gone by then. That is sick. Sort of goes straight into Billman. This is smart. Like, it just guarantees, even if your opponent had a good tech timing, he won't fight you now. Billman's usually pretty expensive at the start of Feudal Age. How's Billman react with 0 armor? I believe it doesn't change your damage. You can't get people into negative armor to my understanding, unless I missed something. But it means if your opponent now tries to play Blacksmiths, it's worthless. If he plays Keshiks, he melts. I don't know if someone double-checked that on the Billman thing. Like, I'm going from experience with these numbers, because we don't have many negative interactions. My understanding is you don't get extra damage from being in the negative. We're not an ARPG. Even as John Pickers think we are. And shout out to my co-caster Ezra for saying absolutely nothing this entire cast so far. If you read certain Reddit threads, that's apparently how I cast with everyone. We all sell 5. In my defense, when that does happen on a broadcast, it's usually because I've checked the Discord chat and I've heard my co-caster say, going toilet BRB. Yeah, like, I'm providing all the behind the scenes. Guys, next time you hear me talking non-stop for like a few minutes, it's probably because my co-caster's gone for the bathroom. Don't blame them, though. Old men got weak bladders. Oof. Deniska now with the archer switch, but sort of with the double greed. He's only got 1 mana built so far, and he's already going for level 2 mana unlock. I mean, this is the other awkward thing now. Deniska just so far behind on economy. Remember, this whole time, sort of has had double merchant camp. It's doing crazy things for his gold as well. Just passively, gradually over time. Like, it's making it much more efficient and fluid to unlock the additional levels of mana. So, Spin and Clash coming in. +0, +0. Great math. It's a sad, sad look right now for Deniska. Archer count is high enough to scare sort of away, but remember what happens with this mana spam. It's going to unlock the Muster the Nobles, which will then contest the Archer timing. So don't think this is Deniska out of a shaky situation yet. Because now you've got an opponent who's greeding, but will also be rewarded for greeding in about 2 minutes timing. Like, actually, I wonder, does he just go... I think he might just go 6 manas and stop there. And then go castle. The macro definitely seems to be leaning that way. He's got 11 on gold now. Yeah, so this is going to be a rush to the... Wait, what the... Food? Kind sir? Like, wait. He has 0 people on food right now. He's got 9 sheep. These goddamn Lancaster players only know one thing. It makes sense. We're British. We're all about manners. But this Civ really takes it to a whole new degree. A whole new level. And Yerman now being produced. I guess he's not aging up then. Like, if you were aging up, you would have put some people on food. It's just kind of crazy to put 11 on gold on a map that has so little gold. Like, what else do you need? I guess blacksmith techs? Or more manas? Yep, there's that too. Okay, Rams are on the way. I would have thought this was about mustering the nobles, though. He's got the food. He probably wants to delay pulling them for the manas, but like that's a bit risky now with Rams coming. Hobelar swap, that would involve maybe eating some food. I know you get a decent amount of food here, but come on. And there it is. He's siring a new line of Lancers. The Demi-Lancers are on the way. It's only a single ram as well. And Deniska has a grand total of 5 spearmen. Also, wait, the archers aren't here. Okay, so that's going to be a push away. That is going to force him to dive, so now the manas can start sniping him. And this is a bit of a bait because of what's about to come out of that building. Look at the timing as well. He gets the 8th. this button is so pay to win. 10 Demi-Lancers out of nowhere. And practically no spearmen. Ram just gets ignored. He dives on in. An overwhelm opportunity. A full pushback. And from here, you can just peel the spearmen to kill the ram and the Demi-Lancers to kill the archers. Now, he does have steeled arrows, so with no under mesh, the Demi-Lancers aren't going to last as long as they normally would. But it's all about space, breathing room to protect your investment. Okay, so Demi-Lancers will have to reset. Space has been created. Villagers repairing the man up beyond the point of fire. And we do now have Undermesh on the way with Yeoman. And remember, Sort of is now up to 8 manas. This is ludicrous. Like 3 villages worth of gathering per mana. Now, Deniska does at least have some upsides himself. He's got double merchant camp, which is like an extra 2.5 villages between them. So reasonable. He still has military mass advantage, but he knows he needs more rams. I like this. The problem is your opponent has added in all the layers. And remember, when you upgrade to unlock more manas, you also are upgrading the health of each of these buildings, making them more difficult to kill. So the additional rams makes a lot of sense. What's annoying is I quite often find Yeoman kill your rams a lot quicker than you'd expect. Demi-Lancers are also keeping reinforcements away. Yeah, like he got... Like, honestly, in this game, I think sort of got forced to use Demi-Lancers in the worst way possible into the main army. And they still created a lot of space. Normally, you'd use them to cut reinforcements or raid economy here, which is where they get ridiculous. Like, you know, if you're looking for a game where Demi-Lancers are absolutely broken, this is at the other end of the spectrum. And I'd still say they had a huge impact. Double Ram is going to start moving in, though. Yeoman really want to be trading out against that archer line. Love the move of the Deer Stone. This is smart by Deniska. He needs that extra movement speed to gap close. But he's now diving deep into the mana spawns. Keshik's ambitious with the move in there. Will be forced back. Sort of... wait, where's the... No. Okay, he does have it on the way, thank goodness. I looked at his gold and I was worried. It looked like he was just shy of Steeled Arrow. Still, some manas have been taken out, so props to him. Deniska has culled almost a third of the mana fleet. Yep, that's what we call them now. They're the mana fleet. However, enough time has been bought that the yeomen almost outnumber the archers. In fact, in this fight, they are about to. Villagers get pulled. Somehow the archers end up aggroing the spearmen instead, though. So the villies will get away. Yeomen are going to retreat back into the base. Now, the ram is still alive. But Deniska is at risk of being outnumbered. 15 to 15 right now. Demi-Lancers come sallying back in. Nice backstab there. It's going to be another mana loss. The Yeoman, I think the other tricky thing here is Deniska. Yeah, he can see on the high ground, unfortunately. Otherwise, this would get super ugly. So Ram definitely got his value. You're seeing how he's kind of struggling to stay here now. It's costing sort of to defend this. So a few more villagers going down, but I think that's the hold. Yeah, 18 to 21 archers total. But of course, you have to get them in position. I think Deniska's done a really good job. It just feels like he needs more of the map now. Like maybe a play out into the ball would seal it. He's definitely done good damage, but remember the damage he done was the easier manas, the forward ones. Now we're reaching deeper in the territory where you've got these weird choke points, you've got high ground, then you've obviously got the manas lapping behind to add in additional firepower. Now, I think that Hobelar was... Yeah, that was about the Rams, right? Like, there's no way you want to be scaling hobby mass here. Right? Wait, what? Alright, sort of is crazy. Hobelars and Feudals a bit wacky. But it's the Ram spam. In fairness, every time Deniska adds another one in, he kind of justifies a Hobelar investment more. Because the Hobelars, like, they will counter archers, they'll counter rounds. Remember, Hobelar's terrible against Keshiks. But the thing about hobbies is compared to normal horsemen, they have extra ranged armor. So it does weirdly make sense against this comp. I've yet to see a game where Hobelar Feudal really, truly made sense, though, because it's a Zerg format. It needs a lot of economy. Flashing towards the choke point, and it's going to be Hobelar's contesting into Keshiks, but the Spearman's a big deal right now. Yep, that debuff is huge. The Yeoman clear the way. Hobelar's going to start poking at the Rams, and Deniska is now outnumbered. Yeah, and he's not even attacking. Wait, what? No. It was... I can't believe I'm about to say this. It was all looking so good until the hobbies. All right, those Hobelars actually, like, I don't want to say they carry the fight, but their distraction was critical there. Yeoman Mass is now reaching critical point. It's double the archers. He does need to pull the villagers because that is a lot of ram spam. But the Hobelars just came in clutch in Feudal. Let me just put that another way. The worst Feudal Age horseman just found value in Feudal Age. And it only took a few of them. They soaked so much fire. You see what I'm talking about? Like, specifically against archers, it is a reasonable unit. I think the tricky part is compared to any other horseman type, Hobelars are much harder to win a fight with on their own. They're more of a support cast unit. And uh-oh, Ezra's woken up. He's got a weird look on his face. He might be happy, he might not be. No, he's upset. Like, how dare the Hobelars win? That shouldn't be legal. Let me tell you about Hobby, the Lancastrian house elf. Well, Ezra. Yes, just when you think you're at world's end and there's no coming back, these guys muster up a bit of magic. This is the thumbnail, just with, I swear, it was all because of the Hobelars. Alright, Deniska's coming back in, but this is looking grim now. He has spammed up the Keshiks, sort of needs to give a bit of space here to get into the spears. Luckily, Yeoman are very good at giving space for that movement speed. Needs to get back in the choke points. And debuff is being applied to some of these Keshiks, which means they're melting. So we'll hide in his base. More Hobbers are coming. Keshik count getting low here. It's just so many Yeomen to kill. It just feels ridiculous. I mean, these units are insanely expensive, but this is the power of manas. And now, with all Keshik's dead, Deniska has to reset. Village will be pulled to deal with the ram again. So it was like, just god damn it, let me have my 9. Nice, keeping him in check. We do have textiles coming in, so sort of aware he might need to pull again. Deniska's done a good job of actually catching up on the archer count. It's still an outnumber. And he is also going to lose some value on the map now as the merchant count gets taken. But on top of that, I don't think he can afford the deer stone to go down here. Because the reason he was able to disengage there really was the deer stone. After coming this deep, it's that yam that got him out. If he doesn't have that, then Yeoman actually just gun you down. He's also missing the Khan Hunter, so first hit engagement favors Lancaster as well. We've got more of these Hobelars coming through. Man, Deniska's relentless with this, by the way. He has moved out on the board now, berries as well. There's still a lot of map for him to tap, but this is basically a race between finite resources and infinite resources. And oh, that's dead. The moment you pack up, you lose all ranged armor, so Yeoman just destroy you. Deniska is getting ready for attack, though. Is this Kurtai? He isn't going to have the Yam, but the DPS is important. I think step readout, like the temptation is there, but you're already losing economy. As in, you're losing the eco game because of the mana spam, right? So, like, maybe a Kurtai timing with Vet Archers is your best bet here. Oh, moment of truth is coming. Also, if he builds step readout, he's nowhere near the next gold. He'd have to wheel it all the way out. So yeah, Kurtai on the way. Does he have pack up? Pack up's really important for this. Because otherwise it's going to arrive too late. Nice rotation around the back from the Keshiks, but Spearman there to answer. Hobelars are sneaking by and... Oh, no. No. He seems to know. And what is up, White Walker? He knows. Resub is important. Perfect way to support the channel. Thank you very much. Yeah, did he look at the map? I think sort of saw the boar is dead. So he's going to find them without outpost for Yam and protection. Okay, Hobelars don't hit that hard, but it does matter here on board where you've got a lot of injured villagers. No reaction coming in from Deniska just yet. He has to know it, surely. No? He's still not looking. Deniska? Is he going to lose this game to 4 Hobelars? Oh my god. No way. These are like the worst raiding cavalry unit in the game. And they're killing it all.
Nobody messes with Lancaster. For the house elves.
No. Deniska. That's going to be all of his food. I think he's got some maybe pocketed away at home. Yeah, a few berry workers here or there, but this is an absolute bloodbath. I can't believe it. He still hasn't realized. White Tower's coming up behind. He's going for the dive in, but he's not going to deny it. Nowhere near as many kills as those 4 Hobelars. A job complete. Sort of now with a double up on military. A ridiculous economy lead. And no doubt about it, a seal of the deal in game number 4. Oh my god. Monastery immediately being dropped. The Hobelars aren't done. They're thirsty. You see, these ponies, they can be trusted to be around our kids, to be pet. But now these ponies got a taste of human blood, of meat, and they like it. It's chow time again. Finally, Deniska at least realizes what's been happening. But maybe too late. If you could only see a unit kill count on these 4. And so cheap as well. Remember, these were only 90 resources each. 360 resources invested to kill over 2 times that in villager value. And we actually have trade. Oh, God. Is there anything these Hovelars have not done this game? They secure the defense against all the archer spam because of the baited fire. They raid the economy. They discover the trade transition. I don't think you could ask more of Hovelars in this game. I think their time has passed. It's no longer going to be about them. No more being produced. It's going to be a focus on Yeoman Spears. 69 is a pretty good number. And scaling. And that Kurtai, I mean, you might think it's good, but remember, you need to actually be able to hit your targets. And Yeoman outrange and outmaneuver. Shout out to Ezra for being fairly well-tempered so far. He's probably going to be loud now that I said that. Kurotai's going to deploy, though. They could go and kill the Wolf Den. Yeah, that thing's still operational. We are 24 minutes into a game, and the Wolf Den hasn't been killed. I don't think I've seen that so far on this map since people discovered that meta. Great Kurotai, by the way. Just going to have to retreat a little bit here. Just look at the pump, though. We're up to 110 military now. Yam, he's edging it. He's about to run out of the aura, at which point you get kited. So, good fight initially from Deniska. But he can't really pursue this much further. If he does, it's going to be to his detriment. He's lost both auras now. Like, sort of can actually fight. Like, this is the perfect time to turn around. I guess he wants to bait him in. Wait, yeah, this is a big bait. If Deniska keeps chasing, he's going to be completely out of position. I think the key word here might be overly ambitious. Sort of also prepping knights as his front line behind this. And here comes the clash. Spearman, they just melt the Keshiks. Deniska, the Kurotai isn't even unpacked. I mean, sort of compress this. And now the no! It's going to be completely out of position. Okay, so he tries to deploy to the side, but this is too late. 20% damage buff isn't going to change anything about this. Damn, crazy series between these two. They really did deliver. No denying it, though. With a wipe of the archers, I imagine Deniska is moments away from a GG. The Knights have also found the trade. There is literally nothing left that is going right in this game for Deniska. So that means we're going to have sort of going up against BGUA, Voldemort, or Myriad. And his best performance ever in the midweek muster. What a series to do it with.